Come on in, welcome to my home. Let's talk weekly routines. Okay, if you want to make your life fairly easy, or at least a little bit easier, falling into a routine is one of those ways to make that happen. Because a routine basically becomes a habit fairly quickly. And we're going to talk about my routine, how it works for me, and how I think you could probably implement some of those things. However, your routine will be specific to you. So first we have to decide what is a weekly routine versus what is a daily routine. And it should be fairly obvious. I'm sure it is. But for those of you who don't know, a daily routine is something that you do every single day. Well, at least most days. A weekly routine is something that you do probably once or twice a week, and that's it. So my weekly routine, to make my life easy, because this is the way my brain works, I actually have mine on my calendar. If you have seen my video where I do my calendar, go ahead and click that card up there. It'll also be linked below down in the description, where I talk about how I have all of these things set up as tasks. So I have this weekly routine, which starts off as my week. I have it all set up. Starts off on Monday, and part of my weekly routine is this. I film my videos on Monday. That is, the video that goes up every Wednesday is filmed on a Monday. Usually a couple weeks early, because the people on Patreon do get the videos early. But I know that is part of my weekly routine, but also there are other things that I do on Monday. One of the things that I do on Monday is I make sure that all of my plants inside the house get watered. They get watered once a week on Monday, part of my weekly routine. And then we go to things like Tuesdays. For me, Tuesday is the cleaning day. On Tuesdays, I clean my house, and when I found that when I live by myself, what happens is I only need to clean like one room once a week, because it usually takes 3 weeks before that room gets dirty. And I have basically 3 rooms, so technically 4 if you count the wet rooms, but there's a whole nother video. If you want to hear how I do my cleaning, let me know down in the comments. We can talk about that. Or there are some cleaning videos in the playlist, and I can link that video playlist down in the description. But so Tuesdays basically are cleaning, but when I'm done cleaning, then it's going to be editing these videos just like this. A lot of times I can get this video edited on Monday, so that way it frees me up. I don't have to worry about doing this on Tuesday. Okay, that's really cool. Then Wednesday, I do have a mastermind group for YouTubers that we're a couple of YouTubers who get together, and we talk about things which affect YouTube. Wednesday is basically my YouTube get ready kind of thing. I do lots and lots of research, so that's always fun. And I try to film B-roll, those sort of things. That happens during the week. Wednesday is when my week starts easing up, because I've done all the cleaning, I've done all these things beforehand. But Wednesday is also the day that I do my laundry. Part of it. On Wednesday, I do my colors that are in the basket ready for the entire week. So I'll do that in the morning, have my mastermind group, get everything folded, put away, and it's an easy habit to fall into. Then Thursday is my day where I change my bed, and then I also do that laundry, and then do my whites, my towels, those sort of things. Those get all done on Thursday. I'm gonna double check, see if I've forgotten anything on my schedule. I don't think that I have. And then Friday is my day where I wrap things up, but it's also the day where I look back and say, hey, what really is working? What isn't working? What can I improve? What challenges did I face? But I try to make sure that I review my weekly schedule my weekly routine every Friday. Now what's really interesting about this is I try to get my weekly routine so that it is only Monday through Friday, so that way on Saturday and Sunday, the weekend is mine. I'm not doing these things. You notice I'm not really throwing in too much work stuff in my routine, simply because I try to do my work stuff during work hours, which are usually 8 to 4. Monday through Friday. Try not to do it on other days, but of course I do occasionally, but I'm doing my best. I do have 2 weekly routine items that do not happen during those times. One of them is my meals. I plan my meals through e-meals. There is going to be a link, an affiliate link in the description, and also if you want to see me talk about e-meals, which I absolutely love, we can do a whole video on that. Let me know down in the comments. So I'll order those through the e-meals app and then pick up the groceries on Sunday, which is something which is not built into my Monday through Friday weekly routine. But what's important about a weekly routine and why I think works so well is I don't have to worry. There's not this whole thing where I'm like, well, did I get this done? Is this not done? And I'm also really against the ambiguous, well, this needs to be done sometime this week. Because if you do the whole, this needs to be done sometime this week, what can happen on Friday is you're looking at your week stuff, which you needed to get done, and oh gosh, you have a ton of stuff. When I have stuff to get done, I like to assign it to the day and get it done on that day. Now, if you miss getting that thing done on that day, is that the end of the world? No. No, it's not. It is not the end of the world to not get that thing done. But because I've done it on my calendar and it comes up on it as a task, the next day it will show me that I did not get that task done, so I can get it done. It's really, really simple that way because it shows me the weekly part of this. Now, as I said, weekly routines can reduce a lot, and I mean a lot of stress and anxiety, because a lot of people are worried about, did I get everything done that I was supposed to get done? Did I actually accomplish things moving me towards my goals? You can break down your goals into weekly things, and you can turn them into weekly routines. But I want to stress, making a weekly routine versus making a daily routine, if you are repeating something every single day, that is a daily routine. I found that for me, the way that my mind works, my daily routines are broken up into morning and night, so that way it gets done. I have done a nightly routine video a few years ago. I'll link that down in the description, and I just recently did my morning routine. But the thought of having everything laid out, everything so that I can see it, everything that I'm just like, hey, these are the weekly things that I know. I know that tomorrow, because this is Monday when I'm filming this, tomorrow is the day that I clean. So that means that there's going to be a lot of things that I won't do tonight. Like tonight I won't necessarily put everything back completely exactly, because I know tomorrow I'll be moving it all out and cleaning it up. Now what's really interesting about having this weekly routine is, let's say that I get ahead. So last week, to do part of this, I did a B-roll shot, well, I've probably already shown it, where I did some cleaning. Actually, I did a lot of cleaning. And so I'm not going to clean tomorrow because that cleaning was done last Friday. Or, yeah, it was done Friday, not necessarily last Friday, but you get the whole idea. So that frees up a day. That frees up some time. That gives me the ability to look at my schedule and say, hey, on this weekly routine, it is done. I mean, there is so little stress about this, and this is what's really great about having a weekly routine, is that way you will fall into that habit. Now I really am to the point where it's just like, hey, I know what day it is, and that's the big thing. Everybody always talks about this. And do you know those people who are constantly saying, I have no idea what day of the week it is? And a lot of that you're going to find out is because they don't have a weekly routine. I know what I forgot about. Thursdays. Thursday are trash days. But since I also review my weekly routine on Friday, I look ahead to the next week and say, like, we have a holiday coming up. I know that the trash day will be a day behind. So on that week, I will move that trash day to the Friday, and trash will go out that Friday. But it is so simple to have this weekly routine and also be able to look at it. And I look at my weekly routine generally daily since it's on my calendar. And I can say, hey, cool, this is going to work, this isn't going to work. or I can see where there's going to be a problem, like there's a scheduling conflict for when I want this to happen, so I can either do it beforehand, I can do it afterwards, but there is no panicking. There's nothing in there that's like, hey, you didn't get this done on a certain day, that's it, you're done, we're going to stop doing our routine. No, find your weekly routine, go with your weekly routine, but don't be so married to your weekly routine that it stops all living. As I say this, I will be honest, I am Mr. Checkbox. I love Google's task manager, or I think it's task system, because it has little check boxes that I can check it off and say that that item is done. And I'm one of these people who I will stay up late to make sure that that item gets done so that it is done for the day, because I don't like my weekly stuff to be passed on to the next day. And that's the cool thing about this, is I can even gear up to the point where I can do some of these things way ahead of time and just sit back and relax and enjoy myself. It has reduced my stress. It has reduced things so that I don't find myself rushing around at the end of the week with this whole, headspace of, this isn't done, this is horrible, what am I going to do? I'm going to spend all weekend trying to accomplish what I should have done during the week. Now, your weekly routine might be completely different because of the way you work, because of what you do, because of how your brain actually thinks about things. Maybe your weekly routine is mainly on the weekends. That's cool. But once you fall into that routine, you will find that it's just so simple to accomplish. And it really is. Once you get it, it's down there. The weekly routine falls in there. Are there benefits? Well, yeah, I've mentioned them repeatedly now. Reduces stress, reduces anxiety. Things actually get done, and there is nothing like finding time to just relax. Now, the one thing that you will notice is that I do try to make sure that my weekly routine stuff end at 4. Why does it end at 4? Because at 4 o'clock I cook dinner for Mom and I, and then after dinner the time is mine. And you need that. Part of your weekly routine could actually be finding time for yourself to relax. Also, part of your weekly routine could be trying to figure out how to automate things so that you aren't stuck doing them yourselves, say like watering and irrigation. Yeah, I made that video a couple weeks ago. So my plants outside will get watered by themselves. And it just makes life so much easier, makes me so much more relaxed, and I know what day of the week it is. Well, let me know about your weekly routine. Is it something simple? Is it complicated? Do you have it written down? Because I really do suggest writing down your weekly routine. Now, I want to thank all of these people on my Patreon, because Patreon is part of my weekly routine. I make sure that I communicate in Patreon every week. They get these videos early, and also I can ask them questions, and we have all sorts of discussions there, and we can try to come up with new ideas of what we can do in Patreon. If you are interested in joining, check that out. If you would like, you can also share and like this video, because this does help YouTube algorithms promote this channel and move me forward, because this is a really fun thing to do. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I get to see you again the next time you stop by.